Evening driver, you've got a 68-minute journey ahead of you into London. Board passengers here before your booked departure of 18:30. So press T to open the doors. The next stop is Sittingbourne at 18:38. So reverse to forward, gear rate off and power to notch 2. So departing Faversham, the speed limit is 15 miles an hour. And the next stop will be Sittingbourne. So the thing about the 395, not 195, 395 is that you have a very large digital display right in front of you, which I really like. So on the journey, we will be calling at Faversham, Sittingbourne, Rainham, Gillingham, Chatham, Rochester, Strood, Gravesend, Ebbsfleet International, Stratford International, and London St Pancras International. So with a journey distance of 50 miles. 50, so 50. So yeah, when I was playtesting this last week, it gradually got very dark as I approached London. So hopefully it won't be too dark when I get into St Pancras. Speed limit is now 25, and it will shortly be going up to 75. Oh yeah, this train is formed of 6 coaches. So I will aim to stop at the 6-car stop sign. Speed limit is now going up to 75. I think I'll start accelerating when I pass this signal. So I'm pretty sure the train has passed the 75 speed board, so now I can put it to full throttle and accelerate up to 75. The next station will be Tainham, which we will pass through, and Sittingbourne is in about 7 miles. Yeah, I've never been on a 395 in real life because I live nowhere in Kent, I live in Manchester, so I have to deal with Northern. Oh yeah, I didn't know this till recently. So if you press shift and space, you can do a low tone. If you just press space, you can do a high tone. And the date is set on the 25th of March. We are now doing 75, so just backed off the throttle. I'm just trying to keep our speed up to 75 until the speed limit goes up, which it will be going up to 85 fairly soon. So yeah, because everybody is in quarantine and everybody's just running a reduced service, we won't be seeing that many trains as usual. So the journey into London will be very quiet. And I assume all of these passing trains will mostly be empty. I think the Department for Transport has kind of stripped everybody of their franchise, because if everybody's in quarantine, then nobody's going to use the train, then all the PTOCs will start losing lots and lots of money. So I think what DFT have done is not have everybody subject to franchising. So just focus on just focus on just running a service, whether it's profitable or not. So just approaching, no, not approaching, we're just about 4 miles away from Sittingbourne. I don't remember if I've put this scenario on Google Drive. I think I might have. We're now passing through Tainham Station. Speed limit is now 90. I think 90 is the fastest you can travel on third rail. Or is it 95? And I'm speeding already. Actually, you were speeding earlier. Doesn't make much of a difference. Yeah, lots of level crossings around here. Probably because of all the farms. Yeah, I'm not sure how long the video is going to be because the journey time is 68 minutes, but that includes stopping at stations, which I just cut out, and then you've got all the tunnels on HS1. So I don't know if this will be split into 2 parts or not. I mean, you'll find out by the time it goes out. So because the southeastern is running reduced service, there won't be that much AI, so it is going to be fairly quiet. Also, I think more recently Southeastern have only run 395s from St Pancras to Dover through Ashford. So I don't think Southeastern are running 395s through Chatham and that. So yeah, the railways are quiet. They're very quiet. Oh shit, since born. I hope I slow down in time. I don't think I will be doing. Yeah, this is what happens when you talk and drive, you miss stuff. Good thing this train is fairly long. So I've just reversed back into the platform and clear for departure. So the next one is Strood, departing Rainham. Yeah, it actually is Rainham. At some point in time I forgot. So departing Sittingbourne. The speed limit is 90 miles an hour, and we have about 6 miles to Rainham. Yeah, that's why you don't talk and drive, you miss stuff. So it shouldn't take too long for the train to get up to 90. We've already passed 60, so the line going to the right is to Sheerness-on-Sea on the Alice Sheppey. I think it's called Sheppey. Sheppey? There's the 275 from Victoria to Ramsgate. I think the only requirements for the scenario is the London Faversham line. I think that's it. So the line joining from the left is from Sheerness-on-Sea. Speed limit is surely going down to 70 miles an hour. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the brakes on the 395. 71, 70. So it shouldn't take too long to get to Rainham. So up ahead shortly should be a junction where the line splits into quad track, and then shortly after that is Newington Station. So I think the last episode should go out before this one on Monday, so this one should go out on Tuesday. Then because I've dropped Transport Fever because no one cares, I'll just keep doing Train Sim and hopefully it won't go insane. So Monday should be the 70 in North London. Tuesday. So this is Newington Station. Tuesday should be this video. Thursday should be a 375 from Victoria to Faversham through the Chester main line. And then Friday should be a time lapse of something really gigantic. Probably a container train of some sort, or maybe like a passenger train split into multiple different parts. Like if I did a time lapse from, like I don't know, Courtbridge to Felixstowe, and then change tracks for you at Ipswich. Or like a time lapse from, I don't know, Wentloog to Felixstowe. Like first part could be like from Wentloog to Bristol, then Didcot to Acton, and then go on the North London line. So from Willesden to Stratford, and then Stratford to Ipswich, and then Ipswich to Felixstowe. That would be an interesting video. And then play it back like 4 times speed. Also, Raynham is coming up. And I'm actually braking for it this time, reasonably. Not just slam on the emergency brakes and the handbrake. I did the parking brake. It's a type of brake. Or I could use like Brurail's Avanti reskin on a journey from Rugby to Glasgow. In a Pendo. Maybe just switch it out for an 800 buy mode. I don't know, if you have any suggestions, just fling them in the comments. And I'll see if I have the route and the train. So I'm aiming to stop at the 6-car stop sign. And there it goes. I've just gone past it. So stop at the 8-car instead. So arrival at Raynham, properly this time. The next stop is Gillingham at 1851. So reverser to forward, direct off, and power to notch 3. So departing Raynham, the speed limit is 90 miles an hour, and we have 3 miles to Gillingham. So it's actually just a hop down the railroad. I'm not American. Well, I'm not. I'm not American. Let's see what the passenger view is like. So apparently we've ordered a coffee, biscuits, 2 biscuits, and I'm looking at something rail simulator-ish. Cool. Very pickly. I mean, the interior of the 395s does look really nice. I've never been on one, so I can't really say anything about it. looks really nice though. So in a bit coming up on the left is, I think it's a depot or is it a carriage siding? I think it's a carriage siding. So the speed limit is going down to 60 as we approach Gillingham. So we have about 2 miles left. So just slowing down for the 60 miles an hour speed limit as we approach Gillingham. On the left is a bus depot full of red buses. I wonder if they're meant to be London buses. Like, what would London buses be doing out in Gillingham? So yeah, as I said earlier, it's all just very quiet. So we should have all greens all the way into London, so it's not the most interesting scenario. So on the left is Gillingham carriage sidings, I think they're called. And then I think immediately after this should be Gillingham Station. It's already sunset, with the clouds all being purple. So at Gillingham, I'm aiming to stop at the end of the platform, where I think there should be an S-car stop sign. So I think we're on time, if not a bit early. And arrival at Gillingham. The next stop is Chatham at 18:55. So reverser to forward, DRA off. Did I need to put on the DRA? I don't know. Power to notch 2. 3. Go for 3. So departing Gillingham, the speed limit is 60 miles an hour, and we have about 1.5 miles to our next stop, which is Chatham, because we're on the Chatham main line. So the speed limit is still 60 as we approach this tunnel under the street, I think. The speed limit is now 50 miles an hour, and I had absolutely no warning of that. It's also going down to 30 as we approach Chatham. So 32, 31, and 30. I think in Training Sim it looks the best when it's either like sunrise and sunset. I don't really think it looks the best when it's like broad daylight. And for me it definitely looks the worst at night time. And we are now approaching Chatham Station. Arriving into it. So I'm aimed to stop at the 6-car stop sign, which is right behind us. No. Arrival at Chatham. The next stop is Rochester at 18:59. So reverser to forward, gear rate off, and power to notch 3. There we go. Yeah, just quickly quit the scenario, then came back in because there was a distraction. So departing away from Chatham, the speed limit is 30 miles an hour, and you can see Rochester up ahead. I think this is the old Rochester, as the new one is a bit further down the line. So we are due into platform 1. So at Rochester, I'm aiming to stop at the 6-car stop sign, if there isn't already an S1. So just bringing our speed down gently, and now it's not gently. And the 6-car stop sign is just on the right. Arrival at Rochester. The next stop is Strood at 19:02. So reverse it to forward, gear rate off, power to notch 3. So departing Rochester, the speed limit is 15 miles an hour, and we have about a mile to Strood. We're in 12, 13, 14, 15. We also had a signal yellow aspect, which means we need to stop at the next signal, as it is a danger. Yeah, I think we're just going to wait for a southeastern train from Victoria to leave, or cross the junction. I wonder if trains are normally routed into platform 1, because I think platform 2 is slightly quicker. There's a 375 from Victoria to Dover, or a pair of them. Speed limit is now 30 miles an hour, as we are on the up main. And ahead we have a clear aspect, which means we are cleared into Strood station. We're now crossing over a river thing, a large body of water. I don't know what it's called. Also, the speed limit is 20. Shortly going down to 15. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. So we're going downhill on the gradient of 1 to 41, which is quite steep. As we join the line from Maidstone, I think it's Maidstone, on the Medway Valley line. So coming up now is Strood Station. We are due into platform 2, the middle one. You can also see the moon in the top right. So at Strood, I'm aiming to stop at the 6-car stop sign, which is where these do monitors are. And arrival at Strood. The next stop is Gravesend at 1912, so reverse to forward, gear rate off, power to notch, I don't know, 2. So departing away from Strood, the speed limit is 15 miles an hour, and we have about 7 miles to Gravesend. So just gently go around this curve out of Strood, and there should be a fairly long tunnel coming up. And then after the tunnel there should be Who Junction Yard, and then Gravesend. So you can see the portal to the tunnel coming up, where the speed limit goes up to 70 miles an hour. So we're just cruising at 70 miles an hour. Coming out of the tunnel, we are now passing through Higham Station. And we have about 4.5 miles to Gravesend. So just putting the throttle between notch 0 and 1, just so we can maintain 70 miles an hour. So I don't think there are that many other trains to see. So we're now passing through Who Junction Yard. Yeah, I looked at a few pictures on the internet and I think this is what's normally in there. And it's 66, just shunting some hoppers. Speed limit is still 70 miles an hour. So after Gravesend we should turn right into Ebbsfleet International and then join HS1 into St Pancras. So at Ebbsfleet I'm going to have to change to the 25 kV AC overhead wire system. There are quite a few level crossings around here, so I have a speed limit warning of 50 miles an hour as we approach Gravesend. So just bringing our speed gently down to 50. By gently, I mean putting them on full brake. So because this is the old Gravesend, you have 2 tracks through the middle and 2 tracks through the middle and then 2 outer platforms. I think the new Gravesend is more like Gillingham, where you have 2 platforms on the left and then a kind of bay one on the right. What are up with these signals? I think they're meant to be flashing yellow signals, but I think they're kind of broken. Have a warning for 30 miles an hour. I think on the Steam Workshop there's a route from Victoria and Faversham to Dover set in 2016 that kind of updates the route. Like it removes the old Gravesend and puts in a new one. Also some other fixes. That also includes a line between Swanley and Rochester through like I forget the name. So we are now approaching Gravesend, where the speed limit goes down to 15 miles an hour. So at Gravesend, I may mean to stop at the 6-car stop sign, or the S1. So 4 and 6 are on the left, so I think this is it's around the right of place. So arrival at Gravesend. The next stop is Ebbsfleet International at 1917. So reverse it to forward, DRA, off power to notch 2. So departing Gravesend, the speed limit is 15 miles an hour, and we have about 2 miles to Ebbsfleet. Speed limit is 30 miles an hour. So accelerating up to 30, then putting the power back to idle. And now the speed limit is 70 miles an hour. There's a 465 from Charing Cross to Gravesend. Because of the new timetable that Southeastern are running, trains are running from Charing Cross to Gravesend instead of carrying on towards Faversham. So just accelerate towards 70, even though we will be coming off soon to go to Ebbsfleet. I think the speed limit coming off here is about 60 miles an hour. So just cruising at 60 until we come, and I think the signals are broken as well. So I'm pretty sure it's 60 coming off this junction. We have a single yellow coming off, which means I'm not sure if we're cleared into Ebbsfleet or not. So you can see the overhead wires here. And you can see Ebbsfleet International up in the distance. So on the left are the international platforms where Eurostar stop with trains to Paris and Europe, and some southeastern trains towards Ashford. So aiming to stop at the 6-car stop sign. There's an S1 at the end. Now there's a 6. And arrival at Ebbsfleet International. Okay, power to notch 3. And the speed limit is 50 kilometers. 50 kilometers, miles, whatever. So when we pass this signal, we will be under a new signaling system. The one I use on HS1, I think it's the TGM, I think. So on the dashboard we have 080, which means we need to travel at 80 kilometers per hour until the next signal block, where the speed could increase or decrease. So bringing our speed back down to 80. So the speed limit should go up to 250 when we actually join HS1. So we can accelerate to 100 kilometers per hour. Yeah, it is getting pretty dark outside. So we're on a pretty steep downhill gradient as we leave Ebbsfleet. Yeah, there's quite a lot of tunnel between here and St Pancras. Speed limit is now 225, which is pretty much the same as 140 miles an hour. So we're now doing 166 kilometers per hour as we go over this viaduct. So our speed limit is still 225 kilometers per hour. So on the right soon should be the C2C line out of Fenchurch Street towards Grays, and on the left should be Devonport Yard. And we have about 30 miles left to Stratford International. Yeah, funny thing about Stratford International is that all the trains that stop there are domestic. So I think Eurostar was meant to stop there during the Olympics, but Eurostar said no. Probably because Stratford is too close to St Pancras. So we're now doing 225 kilometers per hour. So just got the throttle back. Try and maintain the speed. Yeah, it is pretty dark outside. Hope you can actually see everything. I think the signalling system just had a bit of a glitch. Yeah, on HS1 there are quite a few steep inclines. Probably because the trains are so powerful, they don't even need to worry about it. So on the right are the C2C lines from Fenchurch Street towards Grays. On the left is Devonport Dockyard. I'm sure it is. So the 225 limit is now flashing, which means it's going to decrease at the next signal. We now need to slow down to 200 kilometers per hour. Bring it further down to 170. Bring it down further to 130 kilometers per hour. Bring it further down to 80. Which is just a station in a giant cutting in the ground. So I'm aiming to stop at the 6-car stop sign. So just generally coming in about 43 kilometers per hour. Yeah, kind of hard to see stuff. I think the 6-car stop sign is around here. Yeah, it's just right in front of us. So, arrival at Stratford International. The next stop is London St Pancras International, arriving at 1938. So reverser to forward, DRA off, and power to notch 3. So departing Stratford International, the speed limit is 80 kilometers per hour, and we have about 5.5 miles to St Pancras, where this service terminates. So when we join on the up main into St Pancras, the speed limit should go back up to 225, then go back down as we approach St Pancras. So the speed limit is now 100 kilometers per hour. So we're cleared onto line Delta as we approach St Pancras. And it's gone. Yeah, the approach to St Pancras off HS1 is AWS. And we're also crossing over the East Coast Main Line out of King's Cross. And on the right is the Midland Main Line from Sheffield and Nottingham. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is the right route to take. So speed limit is 40. It's going down to 25. So singular with a route indicator to platform 13 at St Pancras. Yeah, I really can't see anything. Kind of really hard to see. So up ahead you can see London St Pancras International Station. Yeah. Yeah, at St Pancras there is a kind of a dip into the platform towards the end, and hopefully I won't hit the bus stops. So this is the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed me taking this 395 into London. Follow me on Twitter for future video updates. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time if I don't crash, or the game doesn't crash, or if anything crashes. And arrival into St Pancras.